I want to do a quick video here about the word prophet, and it's a really interesting word. It comes from, like the word apostle, it comes from a preposition and a verb, and the preposition pro can have several different connotations, several different meanings. It basically means before, and before can have both a spatial and a temporal significance. The temporal is basically the idea that something comes before something else in a sequence of events. And the spatial aspect is kind of like you're standing before someone. In other words, there's a relational dynamic here where it implies that you're facing someone, or it could be a group of people. And so there is this idea of representation that's built into pro, but there's also a big dynamic of relationship that's built into this preposition. And the word phates basically means to speak, but this is a little bit deceiving because there's several Greek words that mean speak, but phates has a special meaning. It comes from the Greek word phos, which is where we get our term phosphorus from, and it basically means to bring something into the light. Now, this is really interesting because if in a first century home, they typically put the lights in the center of the room. And if something was brought into the light, where was it before it was brought into the light? Well, it was probably at the edge of the house, and it was in a shadowy, darker place. And so one of the ways to understand the word prophet is that they are often the first to go away from the center, to go out to the edge, and to engage people, places, and problems that are overlooked or undervalued. And then they bring those people, places, or problems back to the community, and they bring it into the light, and they say, are we going to pay attention to this? This is important. We're overlooking it. We're ignoring it. And so a prophet is often the first one to recognize and engage people, places, and problems that are marginalized. And then they're also the first ones to feel the tension that comes from those people, places, or problems being marginalized. They literally host the tension within their body. And sometimes that makes their very bodies, their very appearance, their existence part of the message that they bring, that they carry a burden for those who are being overlooked and undervalued. And so they also have this very deep relational aspect. It's not just an idea, it's not just a cause, it's literally about the people. It's literally about the things that are being pushed into the darkness. And so if you apply this to God, it also means that when a prophet feels like God is being overlooked or undervalued, it's not just a idea that's being overlooked. It's an actual person. It's a very relational dynamic that the prophet feels that God is not being, the spotlight is not on God. And so they're going to want to shine a light on God and focus on his person, to focus on relationship, as well as revealing, bringing God into the light, as it were, to help us engage with God. So that's a short understanding of the word prophet. There's a blog post linked below if you're interested in learning more, and we'll see you in the next video.